the story we brought you of the white teen male who physically assaulted the black girl? Well, he has now pleaded guilty. Put up the picture for a mass. It was horrific. This was a shocking youth hate crime that had all of the aggravating elements. Breyanna Brown was viciously attacked by a white male student. The assault left her hospitalized with a broken nose and other injuries. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. During the attack, the male student repeated over and over again the N-word. Both students were originally suspended, both. Last week, the aggressor pled guilty. Guilty to a felony count of aggravated battery causing great bodily harm. It was brutal what he did, brutal. Breyanna's mother says it closes one chapter and opens another after 6 months of fear and chaos. Quote, there are consequences for every action. The mother says, we teach all of our kids that, and they need to teach him that. Now he's learning it, but he's learning it the hard way. Quote, I'm just excited about it because I feel like that is closing a chapter for Breyanna. He pled guilty and she can move on. That means she doesn't have to testify. She doesn't have to go to a trial, all right? She can move on with that part of her life. But despite the verdict, Breyanna says she was still transferred to a new school. Quote, it put us through a lot of stress. It made me feel like I wasn't safe anywhere I would be at, like at school and in the hallways and stuff, she says. Breyanna's mother also says she hopes this case may prevent others like it, saying, quote, if you know there is racism and you have other people there, just don't sweep it under the rug. Take it seriously. Because if you don't, this could happen again or something even worse. And we're sending our kids to you. And you're supposed to protect our kids. We need you to do that. The male's father also publicly chimed in saying, quote, I'm upset my son hit a girl. That's one. But two, I was mad that he opened his mouth or anything of that sort because he should just wait and get a teacher. Keep this picture up for a minute. Sir, your son repeated the N-word over and over again in a violent rage. Where did he get that from? Because you didn't address it, sir. There's more, according to Fox and the Atlanta Black Star. The male student had a history of conflict with black students, other black students. You see, what you saw in his rage was some kind of learned hate, it seemed, just waiting to get out of him, out of his body. None of these individuals did anything to make him angry. They didn't take anything from him. He acted as if they did. There's more. At the same time, at the time of the assault, promoted local and countywide protests, a school walkout was organized by the students who claimed they did not feel safe at that school. As reported by local outlets, many pointed to previous incidents where the administrators allegedly ignored concerns regarding racism on campus. Keep up the picture of these hero students. We've reported so many times right here on Indisputable of administrators ignoring the reality of bullying. Typically, these are majority white institutions. And for them, it is a cultural expression more so than a catalyst for violence. But we have seen over and over again routinely that when left unaddressed, the culture permeates into physical combat, physical violence, physical attack. This is bullying too. This is bullying too. So you can't talk about your anti-bullying campaign, but you won't allow racism or racist words to be categorized as incidents of bullying. All right, once again, administrators totally not responsible according to everybody in the narrative. And this was part of the why. David, thoughts?
Well, good for Brey'anna that she's able to move on, and I'm glad that she doesn't have to testify and she can go to a new school and perhaps get a new start. And I'm also glad that this kid pled guilty. But to your point, I mean, and also incredible praise to these students for raising awareness and for taking a stand. But it does get to something that I think is sometimes so frustrating to me also as a parent, and that is at my kid's school, the theme is be kind. And sometimes I think, oh, maybe it's too difficult to ask all children to be kind, but you can ask all kids to be neutral or to keep their mouth quiet if in fact they have good parental role models or good role models at home who are teaching them, look, you may not like everything you see in front of you. You may have certain biases, but part of growing up and part of being a community is that you keep things to yourself and you simply, somebody says something you don't like, you just move on. And clearly this kid has been trained somewhere, perhaps at home, that it's okay to speak out and use the N-word and to be derogatory towards people who are different than or people that you don't like. And somehow we have to figure out how to intervene in this stuff. That I think there's, for every parent that we identify that say, oh yeah, this parent's probably responsible. I guarantee you there are lots of other families that are that way as well. There's a systemic institutional problem that we have not yet fixed, and we have to fix it, especially in our schools.
Kids are not always listening, but they are always learning. And they learn from every nuance of your behavior, your character, your conversations with other people. And in this, we teach them.